What's up, guys? Joshua Gaming here, and today I'm back with the final part of the Tron bike video. Today we will be finishing up the build itself, of course, and doing the mechanics all in one vid. Sorry for the long wait. School has really been keeping me back from building this and continuing it. But here we are now, even though it is still a school week. I'm still going to be trying to get this out to y'all because, yeah, I have other tutorials planned in mind for you guys. As actually, I want to do a car tutorial too. So let's get on with it. So from where we left off in the other video, today we're going to be kind of filling in this little section here. And it's going to be custom, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to understand. And where we left off is when we built like the back half here and the centerpiece up more. So let's do that now. I actually found out possibly a way to do this, and it might not work, but here we go. So we're gonna place, again, our match rotation on and rotate 15 on. Actually, we can actually start off on like this top block up here, and we can place a block up there. We can scale this down 1, 2, 3, flatten it out, and then push it over to this side. Now I'll demonstrate it with the other side so you know what I did again. Place it on top of here, flatten this out, and then push it down 1, 2, 3, just like so. And then we're gonna push this down, of course. And you should get something like this. Now for the next step, we're going to take these. We're going to take one side and we're going to scale it down or in 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2. It's double scaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. And same for the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like so. Oh, I messed up on this side. Actually, instead of 4, go 5. Go 5. 5. Like that. For this next step, you're going to go to scale 0.1, 0.1, and you're going to scale this flat, just like so. Next step, you're going to scale this down and into this block. It doesn't matter how far down. It kind of does, but like as long as it's not clipping through this piece here like that, you're good. So yeah, there, you're gonna move that down just like that. For this next step, go to 0.2 and scale it back one more. My bad. Other side would not scale back one. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I have some secret projects in mind that I'll also be showing in this video, or in the next video. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. You're gonna rotate it 3 blocks. Do the same for the other side. 1, 2, 3. That's essentially rotation 45, by the way. When I say scale 3, you can change the rotation to 45 if you want. That's basically what that is. Using 0.1, scale this into that block like this, scale it into it, and then do the same for the other side if my tool would work. You're going to change the scale to 0.2 and you're going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to scale it down until you get something like that. So, yeah, just 1, like that. Do the same for this side. 1, 2, 3. And do like that. Now, here you can see this curvature is kind of chunky, I guess you could say. So you're going to go to scale 0.1 or 0.1 and you're going to scale it down 1 like that. Just like that. So it would make this kind of rotation a little bit bigger. Yeah, change transparency and paint the blocks. Next up is the neon. So you're going to want to grab your neon block or whatever you used for the little lights on the Tron bike, whatever you used for the lights, basically, it doesn't matter what material you were using. You're going to place neon blocks on both sides like that. Next step, you're going to put the scale on 0. Flatten it out like that only. Don't do anything else to try and scale it down. Next step, go back to scale 0.1 and kind of fit this with the original piece. So you should get something like this. Let me paint it so you can see it easier. Ooh, no. I like that though. Alright, so we're just gonna scale it down using 0.1 until it is the same kind of like measurements of this block as it was before. Okay, there we go. Just like that. And you probably see where I'm heading with this. Place them on the rotated part now and do the exact same thing. So flatten it like that with 0. Okay. Flatten it like that with 0. Go to 0.1 and scale it down. Camera getting locked. Keeps locking. And just like so, you should have this. And I know a lot of you are going to run into this problem where the neon, no matter how far you scale it out, it won't go there. And some of you might know the reason why that is, and some of you may not. And here's why. There's a rotated piece right here. So you're going to have to now place a neon block. Once I can get these scaled right. So basically, just scale them to this like little piece here. So like this. Kind of just scale them in that little space. Like that. And for the next step, we are going to... Ooh, no. Okay. Keep it at that. Scale them down. Scale them down 0.1. Like that. So they're kind of like a little gap. If you like it up, put it up. But if you like the neon scale down a little bit, scale them down. I'm going to scale them down. You're going to add neon blocks on the rotated parts. And do the same. 0. Now with this, there's a difference because the neon is supposed to curve back into the Tron bike, which I'm going to try and get another reference model up real quick. Okay, so for the next step, we're going to take this, go to 0.1, and scale them to until they fit like this. Now the mechanics are going to take a little while longer because it's not going to be the original boat mechanic as last time. But if you do want the boat mechanic, I will show you how to do that mechanic in today's video. Which it isn't really that, it isn't hard to do. So I'll be displaying how to do the boat mechanic in the build today. If you like it better because you like the sound of it and it sounds more like a real bike or sounds like something that really works and drives like a bike. Now, as of for this next step, we are going to take our neon blocks and we are going to kind of this is where it gets difficult, but we're going to take our neon blocks and we are going to place them on these rotated blocks here. And yes, use 0.1 for this. Use 0.1 on these neon blocks. So don't scale them all the way down with 0. Okay, once you get to this point, the heck? Once you get to this point right here, you're going to take the blocks. You're going to take the neon and add them here now. Be mindful we're adding them on these blocks here. Okay, scale tool will break from time to time, but get through it. Okay, there we go. Once we get here, we are, ooh, this looks, I like it. I like the way the neon is starting to form, because remember, I'm building this with, for the next step, it's gonna be a little difficult. So you're gonna take this piece here, but not really. Take this and scale it up using 0.1. That's where our next neon block is gonna go. So kind of add the little neon block, like you see this little gap right here, add it in front of this block. So then you're going to scale them down until the neon is kind of in that little space, and scale it over, or scale it out to the like here. Don't scale it forward. Keep that little gap there. That little gap right there is very important. Oh no, don't scale it forward. Don't scale it forward. Actually, yeah, scale the neon out, because it doesn't look right. There. And you guys can kind of see, it's like, oh wow, it's not connected for some reason. You're gonna take this, it's this piece. You're gonna take this piece here and you're gonna scale it back. And it's not the new piece we added, it's the older piece, like the more rotated one. You're gonna scale it back. If I could select blocks, maybe, just maybe I can finish the tutorial. Okay, we'll fix that in a minute, but you should have something like this. Oh yeah, this is the new project I'm working on. It's just a little sneak peek of it. But you kind of could tell what this is from when I built one before. I built one before, that's all I step. Actually, we are going to fill this in. What the heck? Oh, sorry, having some computer trouble. Now, for this next step, we're going to use 0.1. So actually, this is okay. Scale it up one more. Having a little bit of confusion here, because remember, I am building this with you guys and off of reference. So yeah, scale the glass up one more, and then using 0.1, by the way, and the neon block up one more, just like that. See, now this is more flush, as you can tell. For the next step, probably already know where I'm going with this. Grab your glass, and add it back. Which, yes, when you scale it down, it's going to go back, right back into place. And it's flush with the body again. Just like this. Round wheels, yes. Alrighty. Now you're gonna scale this 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 1, 2. For some reason, this side is. So if the glass piece kind of jumps forward a little bit, that means you did something wrong. See, it shouldn't have. It should be like the same little, like. They should be like aligned with each other, not one a little bit forward than the other. Next step, you know where we're going with this. Turn the transparency on 0 and paint this back to the color of your Tron bike. For the next step, it's gonna be, I don't even know how to describe this next part. Because the way that neon wraps around the vehicle right here is a bit strange. So we're gonna add, so for this next step, we're going to add neon on both sides and at the bottom. Here. No, not at the bottom. Don't do it at the bottom yet. You can use scale 0.1, flatten these out. Now, using scale 0.2, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then switch over to 0.1 and flatten them out like this. For the next step, you're going to do the same for this top piece here. Go back to 0.2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. And scale them down. We're going to go to 0.1, and we're going to scale these just like this. And scale it flat. Then we're going to kind of try and match them up just like this. Yeah, I think I messed up on this side. Okay, there we go, fixed it. Just an easy little adjustment. And you're going to kind of scale this one into this piece here at the bottom. Then you're going to add a neon block here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And kind of scale this one out the way so you have room to add the other block, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 0.1. Scale them both flat. Actually, using 0.1, scale it back one more because these aren't in the right position. Then you're going to scale them up. scale them up and adjust them to where they fit. Okay, back one more. So if it's kind of like this, that means you need to scale it back one more using 0.1. Actually, now that we got the neon here, you're gonna actually scale this all the way up. I actually seen that wrong. Yeah, scale the neon all the way up. So, oh yeah, also paint this neon too. Neon. Orange color. Remember, any color of choice, it doesn't really matter what color the neon is. It's just orange for the purpose of the video. And if you have the traffle tool or the scaffolding tool, not traffle, but scaffolding tool, you go to scale 15 and rotate this 1, 2. Sorry for not saying anything sooner, but this tutorial did require all tools, by the way. Okay, for the next step, you're going to scale this down. Using 0.1, scale it down 1. Actually, yes, keep it like that. You can take this neon and scale it into this one. Yeah, take this neon and scale it into it. Just like that. And there you go. You have the neon that wraps around the Tron bike. And what I thought it was, as I'm looking at the reference model, it wraps over the front here, but no, it doesn't. It just looks like that, as up to the reference model I'm looking at. So next step, we're gonna fill in this little section here with glass. We're gonna go 1, 2, right? Is it 2? Because I haven't kind of done the tutorial in a minute. Sorry for the wait, as usual. Oh yeah, it's 1, so it is 1. So you're gonna rotate this 1. Make sure it's going up 1 too, like rotating like this. If it would do it, like, dude. Hold on, make sure, bruh. Okay, really? Make sure it's rotating like this. For this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it's the opposite side, but it's rotating in the same direction. So, same thing for here. 1, 2. Gonna scale this in and up until it's like leveled. Next step, scale back 1, 2, and 1 in the front. 1. Actually, scale it up 1 more in the front. Yeah, do scale it like this. Then you're going to scale it all the way down and out 1. So I'm going to demonstrate it again. All the way flat and then push it out 1. There. For the next step, 1, 2. One, 2, 3, 4. Because it's the opposite side, but it's rotating in the same direction as the left. So yeah, down 1. And basically what you're gonna do here, you're gonna scale this like you did last time. 1, 2. 1, 2. And all the way flat. This one's gonna go all the way flat. Okay, here we go with the lat again. Once you get to this point, next step, 1, 2, 3, 4. I just don't like how straight the neon is. It looks clean, it's just the neon is a little too straight there. So maybe we need to curve the neon out a little bit. Oh yeah, and be mindful, I rotated these 2. And you're just gonna fill these in. Oh wow, we're way off. Oh my. Come on. Why am I lagging so badly? And you should get something like this. Once you fill all that in, you can paint everything. And leave that little thing right there. So there you go. You've officially finished the Tron bike. Now let's get onto the mechanics, which is going to be a little bit difficult. Being the fact that the wheels have to... actually, I think I'm going to do the boat mechanic, which is pretty easy. So let's get onto the boat mechanic and how it works. So for the boat mechanic, you're going to grab a boat engine. It doesn't matter which one. It can be this updated, the updated boat motor or the old boat motor. Either one will work. Just saying, the updated boat motor will go faster. Turn off match rotation, by the way. And you're going to place the boat motor on the tail. Now, don't copy what I'm doing, because I just need to make sure that the boat motor sticks to the thing when adding it to the tail. Don't copy what I'm doing. It's just a test. Okay, so it seems like a lot of this weight is distributed in the front. So instead, we're going to place this boat motor in the middle. At the bottom, in the middle. And reasons why you need the scaffolding tool here is where it comes into play, because we're gonna have to match the steering wheel up to where it's like, to where it looks like you're sitting in the Tron bike. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure match rotation's off and you're clicking on this piece right here. That's where you want to click to place the chair. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab the scaffolding tool and you're gonna push it into the thing 1, using point 1 down 1. Then you're gonna go to point 4 and you're gonna push it down 1 more. Now I'm gonna test and see what it looks like. So it looks like we're a little bit far back, but yeah, it looks like our head's a little bit far back. So, ooh, snap beans. Yeah, that does tend to happen if you have collision on everything. So I think we're gonna move it up 0.2 and down 1. Only 0.2 once and down 1 using 0.2. Once you get to this point, we're going to select all. No, yeah, select the entire Tron bike. Make sure you're turning collision off, not anchored. Because if you turn anchored off, you've kind of messed up. But if you recover it, you'll be in the clear. So collision off on the entire bike. And you're going to then, once you turn collision off, you're going to unselect everything. And you're going to make the chair invisible. You're going to make the chair invisible. Same as the boat motor. You're gonna make both of these invisible. Yee. Dude, I'm lagging horribly. That Konenzek is killing my game. Okay, so here's what we got. Now for this next step, to make sure that the Tron bike stays on the ground, you're gonna want to grab like these first 3 pieces here. So it looks like we can only grab 2 in the rear, but in the front you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and turn collision on, so the bike stays on the ground. That is so the bike stays on the ground. For the next step, which is pretty easy, you're gonna place a wooden block. A wooden block on this front piece here. This one right here. No, not that one. The middle one. The middle one right here. No, I think the chair's in the way, but the middle one right here, you're gonna place a block on it. Then you're gonna go 1. So you're gonna scale it back a little bit to where it's almost centered. Almost centered. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered. Just scale it back to where you get something like this. You're gonna scale it all the way down to the center like this. It doesn't matter how far down, as long as it's like that. You're gonna go 0.4, 1. So you're gonna go. No, use scale 2, and you're gonna scale out on both sides 2. It's kind of the same mechanic we did with the old bike, just bigger. So you're gonna take it, and you're gonna place a block on the place it on the fronts of the block. You're gonna go 0.1. You're gonna change the scale to 1, and you're gonna scale everything down 1. When I build, my camera tends to get stuck. So no, 0.8. So that looks about, yeah, 0.8 looks better. Scale down 0.8. And then you're gonna scale it up 0.2. Now here's where things get a little strange. So you're gonna go scale these into here once to make sure that they're truly connected. Using any scale you want, as long as it's not too close to the boat motor or the Tron bike itself. Select everything, turn collision off. No, not on these side pieces, only on the rod. Make sure these side pieces have collision on, so it'll balance out the bike. Then you're going to turn transparency on 0 for all of them. And dude, I can't do anything. I need to get a server specifically made for recording. Okay, next step. Oh, and you're essentially just done. Save it there and you're done. You've completed the Tron Bike 2.0. And see, it looks perfect when you sit down. And if you... How could I... What? How could I forget that? Okay, so as you can see, the Tron Bike is missing something. So we're gonna get that done now. Sorry for not telling you this sooner, but the handles are missing. The handles are missing. It's not gonna be anything custom. Place it on the rotated block. Scale it down 0.2. Then you're gonna go 1, 2. So up to using 0.0, 0.2, and you're gonna scale it in like that. Then you're gonna use 0.4. and scale them out. So that would be the handles for the Tron bike. And once you get the handles done, I clicked anchor. Okay, so once you get the handles on there, basically save it and then you can unanchor. But here we go. If I can get on the bike. But there you go. There's the Tron bike 2.0. It works. It drives very well. It's kind of fast. Now, as usual, it's a boat steering, so it's not all the way the best, so it will wobble a ton. And you can take damage, so there's no true way I know to fix that yet. But yeah, once you get the handles on there, you can essentially just save. But overall, the Tron Bike 2.0 is done. Ooh, snap beans. Oh, yo, chill. Okay, maybe, just maybe, I died. But there you go. That's all for today's Tron Bike vid. And stay tuned for the next tutorial vid, because it's going to take a lot longer and a lot more parts. We can actually estimate the amount of parts. Oh, wow. 400 parts in the Tron Bike. But yeah, that was all for today's vid. And as usual, make sure to like and subscribe, and peace out.